Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving deep into the episodes of the Korean drama, Spring Fever. At the end of episode 1, we see Yoon Bom sitting quietly, waiting for Jae-gyu. She looks calm on the outside, but her body language shows nervousness. As soon as Jae-gyu arrives, Yoon Bom suddenly stands up, almost instinctively, and politely greets him. She introduces herself properly as teacher Yoon Bom and asks him why he brought a flower pot with him. Jae-gyu answers casually that the previous flower pot was broken, so he brought a new one instead. His tone is relaxed, as if this meeting means nothing to him, but his actions say otherwise. When the meeting begins, Jae-gyu sits down but notices that the table between them creates distance. Without asking, he pushes the table away and pulls his chair closer to Yoon Bom. This immediately makes her uncomfortable. She asks him what he's doing. Jae-gyu calmly replies, "Now we're sitting face to face. You can talk properly." This simple line already shows his personality: direct, fearless, and slightly intimidating. He then casually asks if she's from Seoul, adding that he's also from Seoul. Yoon Bom doesn't understand what he means, so he explains that his mother was from Seoul and he's familiar with the Seoul dialect. The conversation shifts to Hangul's future. Yoon Bom strongly believes Hangul should go to college. But Jae-gyu disagrees, saying that finishing high school is enough if the child doesn't want more. He then asks about Hangul's manners and behavior at school. Yoon Bom admits that Hangul is actually polite and well-behaved. Suddenly, Jae-gyu asks, "How old are you?" Yoon Bom immediately shuts him down, telling him not to ask personal questions. As she looks down to show Hangul's report card, Jae-gyu softly calls her, Bom. The way he says her name feels natural, too natural, as if he's used it many times before. Yoon Bom senses something strange, but before she can ask anything, Episode 1 ends. Episode 2 starts with Jae-gyu once again calling her, Bom. Yoon Bom keeps staring at him, clearly confused but also curious. Jae-gyu notices her reaction and casually says, "I feel like your friends probably call you that." Hearing this, Yoon Bom finally relaxes and laughs, though the confusion hasn't completely disappeared. Next, we see Hangul arriving at school when Sejin suddenly stops him. Hangul reminds her that she said she wouldn't talk to him anymore. Sejin admits that she spoke wrongly in a moment of frustration. She apologizes for asking about his parents in class, acknowledging that it was insensitive. Hangul silently stares at her for a moment. Then, without saying much, he takes her phone, saves his number, and says, "If you ever have a problem, call me." He walks away, leaving Sejin stunned. Sejin smiles to herself and jokingly says his acting is impressive. She saves his contact as Evil Hangul. Back in class, Yoon Bom is teaching students. The flower pot Jae-gyu brought is placed in front of the classroom. One student complains that he can't see the board because of it. Another student casually mentions that Jae-gyu gave it. When Yoon Bom notices Jae-gyu's name written on the pot, her expression completely changes. She becomes uneasy. Later, Jae-gyu arrives at school in his car and sees teachers struggling to move the flower pot outside. Yoon Bom explains that gifts like this can't be kept in school and asks him to take it away. Without arguing, Jae-gyu picks it up, puts it in his car, opens the window, and says, "Come with me. It's a gift. We can't just throw it away." Reluctantly, Yoon Bom gets into the car. An awkward drive full of tension. During the drive, Yoon Bom unintentionally keeps noticing Jae-gyu's body and posture. Jae-gyu senses it and teasingly asks if she's staring at him. She denies it, saying she was looking at the GPS. But Jae-gyu doesn't believe her and jokingly says, "I thought you were missing me." Yoon Bom grows even more confused. She asks if they've met before. Jae-gyu turns the question back on her, making her overthink everything. Inside her mind, she starts imagining ridiculous possibilities. Were they lovers? Did he kidnap her? Why does he feel so familiar? They reach Yoon Bom's rooftop. Jae-gyu carefully places the flower pot and tries to show his name on it again, but Yoon Bom stops him, saying she already knows his name. Jae-gyu looks around, enjoying the weather, completely at ease. Behind him, Yoon Bom keeps staring at his body again and scolds herself internally, wondering why she keeps doing this. Jae-gyu asks her to bring coffee, teasing her about how Seoul people treat guests. She replies that she doesn't have coffee and promises to serve him next time. The call from her father. Suddenly, Yoon Bom receives a phone call. She thinks it's Yoon Bae and answers without checking. But it's her father. He apologizes for his past mistakes, admits his regret, and asks to meet her. Yoon Bom stays silent as tears roll down her face. At that moment, Jae-gyu returns with instant coffee and sweets. Seeing her tears, he gently says, "When you're upset, eating something sweet makes you feel better." He leaves quietly. This triggers a blurred memory in Yoon Bom's mind. The same words, the same voice, but the face remains unclear. The past, a missing daughter. We are then introduced to Nani, Yoon Bom's mother, and I-jun, who seems very close to her. Nani asks I-jun to help find her missing daughter. A flashback takes us to 2002, where young Yoon Bom visits her mother's fan meeting. I-jun sees her for the first time. Nani admits that her daughter ran away after she said some harsh words. At the same time, we learn that Jae-gi has also been missing for years. Jae-gyu's real side. We then see Jae-gyu at a small village police station. Instead of acting serious or nervous, he behaves unusually relaxed. While giving his statement, he casually offers sweets to the police officer, almost as if he's visiting a friend rather than dealing with the police. Outside the station, Yoon Bom watches him from a distance. Based on what she sees, she quickly judges him. To her, he looks irresponsible, carefree, and someone who doesn't take life seriously at all. She assumes he's just another man who wastes time and avoids real work. But the drama soon reveals the truth. Later, we see Jae-gyu at a power plant, and the image completely changes. Here, he is focused, disciplined, and physically strong. He carries heavy metal plates using both hands, work that usually requires two people. The workers around him stare in shock, clearly impressed by his strength and work ethic. This moment quietly proves that Jae-gyu is nothing like Yoon Bom imagined. Behind his playful attitude is a man who works harder than anyone else. At school, Yoon Bom is assigned as the advisor of the environmental club. However, the students look bored and uninterested. They complain that other classes are going on exciting field trips, while they are stuck doing nothing. One student suggests visiting a power plant, unknowingly mentioning the same plant where Jae-gyu works. Yoon Bom immediately rejects the idea. In her mind, Hangul's uncle is someone who hangs out with gangsters and gets into fights. She assumes he doesn't even have a proper job. When Jae-gyu hears about her decision, he confronts her directly. He asks why she refused without even thinking. He explains that the students already know Hangul has no parents. What hurts Hangul the most is that people believe his uncle is useless and unemployed. Jae-gyu calmly says that if the students visit the power plant, they'll see the truth. That he works honestly and earns his living with hard labor. Yoon Bom listens carefully and realizes that his reasoning actually makes sense. She understands that this trip isn't just educational, it's about protecting Hangul's dignity. Jae-gyu then casually suggests that they visit the plant together over the weekend to check if it's suitable. Though surprised, Yoon Bom doesn't refuse immediately. Later, Jae-gyu and Yoon Bom go out to eat together. Yoon Bom orders her food without hesitation, but Jae-gyu barely touches his plate. When she asks why, he casually says he isn't hungry. But soon, his face begins to react badly. Red rashes and swelling appear, revealing that he's allergic to the food. Even then, Jae-gyu continues eating calmly. He admits that he knew about the allergy but didn't want Yoon Bom to eat alone. Yoon Bom is deeply moved by this small but meaningful gesture. She gently applies cream to his face, worried and focused only on helping him. Suddenly, Jae-gyu becomes extremely nervous. His hands shake, and he quickly stands up, awkwardly adjusting the chair. In a serious tone, he asks her not to touch him again. The moment feels strange, emotional, awkward, and full of unspoken tension. Later, they receive news that Hangul has gone to Seoul. The moment Yoon Bom hears the word Seoul, her expression changes. Painful memories rush back. She remembers her past, being falsely accused by a student's parent, receiving inappropriate messages, being slapped in public, and hearing students whisper that she was disgusting. Those memories still haunt her. Back in the present, Jae-gyu runs through the crowded metro station, desperately trying to find Hangul and Sejin. He runs at full speed, jumping over barriers and pushing past crowds. As the train doors begin to close, he jumps inside just in time. Yoon Bom almost loses her balance and falls, but Jae-gyu instinctively catches her in his arms. That single moment changes everything. The touch, the voice, the familiarity, all the broken memories inside Yoon Bom suddenly connect. She finally realizes who Jae-gyu truly is and why he has felt so familiar from the very beginning. With that shocking realization, episode 2 comes to an end. So guys, this was the full explanation of Spring Fever episodes 2. Episode 3 will be released on soon, and trust me, the mystery is about to get even deeper. Until then, like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Bye.